Okay guys, so I'm going to talk about how much weight this Marlin 5 is at with pretty much everything upgraded but the brakes. So right now I weighed this bike at the local track dealership, and with all the upgrades it's at 27 pounds and 13 ounces. And I believe that this bike weighed either 32 or 34 pounds from the factory, but it's actually hard for me to find the actual weight of this 2018 Marlin because it's the older model. The 2020 model I know weighs 32 pounds. And I'll talk about, how I saved all the weight. Okay, so these handlebars, this stem, this seat, and this seat post are all carbon fiber, and each one of those saved around 100 grams or so. Altogether, those four components saved about a pound. So that's going to knock off a little weight. Okay, so another way I saved the weight was switching to this one-by drivetrain. And what that did was, it took 3 gears off that front crank and gave me a little bit of lighter derailleur. The cassette in the rear is heavier than the factory 7-speed because there are more gears. That's a 12-speed in the rear. But it also saved weight because it eliminated the front derailleur and the shifter for the front derailleur. So that's a big weight saver. Another thing with this drivetrain, I had to upgrade to the dub bottom bracket, and that bottom bracket actually saved like 40 grams. So, like 1/8 of a pound. But the drivetrain upgrade roughly took off 2 or 3 pounds. Okay, so the front fork, I think this front fork was 4.8 pounds, and the factory front fork was 5.9 pounds. So this front fork saved a little bit over a pound. Lastly, the wheels are both upgraded, and I could not find the specs for the factory Marlin 5 wheels weight. I googled it everywhere for I think they're called the Bontrager Connects, and they don't even sell them on the Trek website. But I've upgraded to the Covies, the TLRs, and they may or may not have saved weight. Also, this is a tubeless setup, so each tube weighs about 1 pound. So removing the tubes obviously took away some weight, but then you do add the sealant inside each wheel. So I think on average you lose about a little bit less than half a pound per wheel. So that's where I'm at. So to sum it up, my bike weighs about 27.5 pounds. It's about 5 to 6 pounds less than the factory. And it's really not too bad for a Marlin bike, that's not carbon. So if you are going to upgrade your Marlin 5, just know you're not really going to be able to get lighter than 27 pounds. Only way I think I could come down on the weight with this bike is with different pedals. And if I had a GX cassette and carbon cranks. I don't think there's a carbon wheel that can fit this bike, maybe on the front, but I'm not sure about the rear. Either way, so that's everything I have to say about this Marlin 5's weight. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And I plan on shooting more videos. I'm going to talk about the drivetrain and how I really feel about it and what I wish I did differently or what I would expect on another bike. Same with the wheels. I've learned a lot about the bikes, owning this Marlin and upgrading it. I'm going to have a front lockout cable here soon. I'm going to add to this. So we'll see how that goes. The remote lockout. That's probably going to be my last modification, is that remote lockout. And pretty much I'm going to ride this Marlin until I can afford an all-carbon super caliper. And I want the XXX carbon fiber Bontrager wheels. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm pretty much fully upgraded with this Marlin. I'm going to ride it out and get better really at turning, climbing, everything. And then maybe after a few races, I'll go buy the super caliper or a full carbon bike. But that's all. Appreciate it.